Good morning, dear students. Welcome back. We'll continue with the same chapter. That is lesson number 4, Economic Development. Now, children, we learned about economic development and the development schemes which were made in the previous video. Now, we are going to learn about the next topic, that is the nationalization of banks. Now, what do you mean by nationalization of banks? Let's see. During the tenure of Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Lal Bahadur Shastri, banking was a monopoly of the private sector. Now, see, banking was totally under the private sector during the tenure of Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri and Pandit Nehru. These banks represented different industrial groups. The directors of these banks were working towards developing industrial sector and increasing its profit. Now see, by reading this we understand that these banks were only supporting the industrialist, particular industrialist whom they were favoring, and they were trying to make developments for them particularly. These banks represented different industrial groups. Okay, now these banks, individually they represented different industrial groups. Now, in order to stop this, the government nationalized the Imperial Bank in 1955 and it got converted into State Bank of India. This bank opened several branches all over the country in a short while and played a major role in development. Now you all must have seen State Bank of India. So previously the State Bank of India was known as Imperial Bank, okay, but after the nationalization it was named as State Bank of India. Understood, children? Now after nationalizing there were many branches of the State Bank which was opened in many of the areas and people were benefited with the opening of this bank, and there are many branches. Now, what is the background of this nationalization? Okay, that we are going to see. Now, as we know that India had adopted a mixed economy after independence. Now, nationalization of banks was essential to cover the deficits if they occurred while implementing different schemes. Now, obviously, as in the previous video, we have seen how many different schemes were introduced for the development of the country as well as of the people. Now for that need the nationalization of banks was very much essential. Also the profits of these banks would come in the government treasury once they were nationalized. So once the nationalization is over, automatically whatever profit the bank is earning, it is going to come in the government's treasury. So it is a benefit to the government. Along with this, the policy of developing small industries and pharmaceutical industries had to be implemented. Now, as we saw in the previous video, small industries were given importance so that there will be a development in that particular field. Then pharmaceuticals. Now children, what is pharmaceuticals? Medical field. Medicines, etc. Whatever we get, these are pharmaceuticals. Now, Lal Bahadur Shastri undertook the experiment of the Green Revolution in order to overcome food shortages and droughts. During the tenure of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, Congress Forum for Socialist Action, a group in the Congress Party inspired by socialist ideas, made a demand for nationalization of commercial banks. Even the Communist Party supported this demand. So see, now after taking an overview of all those happenings and the functioning of the bank, it was decided to nationalize the banks for the profit of our country and the development of industries, etc. Moving ahead, we are going to learn about the 20 points program. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi announced the 20-point program on 1st July 1975 and resolved to make efforts towards rapidly becoming a developed nation. The main provision of the 20-point program are as follows. Now see, Indira Gandhi introduced this 20-point program, and there were these provisions made in this 20-point program. First, land ceiling for cities and agricultural land, equal division of wealth, minimum wages for workers, increase in water conservation scheme. Now this is the implementations which they were going to bring through the 20-point program. Workers' participation in industry, national training schemes, freeing bonded labor. Now, see all these things which were happening around the country, they were going to bring changes, or they were going to be sought out because of this 20-point program. Prevention of tax evasions, economic crimes, and smuggling. See, economic crimes are also happening, and smuggling. The biggest, we have learned about this in the political science. So, to stop all these things which were happening. Regulation of prices of basic necessities. Now, see, basic necessities should be provided, or it should be provided in such a rate that every individual can purchase it. Hence, regulation of prices were to be done. The prices to be brought down so that it can be reasonable and people can buy it. Even the poor section can buy it that way. Improvements in the public distribution system. Now, whatever distribution was taking place, that also had to be improved. Improvement in the textile industries by developing handloom sector, waiving loans for weaker sections, housing communications facility, then making educational equipments available to school. Now see, industries of textile, developing handloom sector, then waiving of loan for the weaker sections, those people, those who are poor and weaker section, and they have a lot of loan, so their loan was totally made nil, that did not have to pay. Then housing was made available, schemes of home loan, etc., so that people can buy a house which they own of their own. Okay. Then communication facilities to be improved, making education equipments available to schools. Now schools previously did not have chairs and benches also, children. So from that particular level to making availability of computers, etc. So all these things were made for the improvement. Then moving to the next, children, is issues of workers. Let's see what is that. Very interesting part. The first textile mill was started in Mumbai on 11th July 1851 by Kawasji Dawar. Eventually, mills started in Dadar, Paral, Bhaikala, Shivdi, Prabhadevi and Worli. This part came to be known as Girgaon or Girangaon, a town of mills. Now, in the 1980s, the increasing unrest among workers was due to the economic condition in other sectors. In some industries, the wages of the worker were increasing. They were also getting more amount of bonus. They were getting more facilities than the textile mill workers. Now see, children, as that time this was a wave of these mills. Totally the textile mills were ruling, if you can say, ruling Mumbai. Okay. In these places of Dadar, Paral, Bhaikala, Shivdi, Prabhadevi and Worli, all over the place there were these textile mills. Okay. Now, because there was the need of the workers in the mills was not fulfilled, they were not given proper wages, then they were not given bonus, etc. All these problems gave rise to the unrest in these workers in the mill. Now, one fine day during Diwali in the year 1981, the workers expected the bonus of 20%. Okay. The Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh, which was negotiating with the employees, agreed up to 8 to 17% bonus without taking the workers into confidence. Now, these mill workers were expecting the bonus of 20% in this Diwali in the year 1981, but without even asking the employers, without having a meeting with the employees. They decided to give them a bonus up to 8 to 17%. Okay, the cut in the bonus proved to be in the cause of unrest. Now obviously their expectations was totally in vain, and they all wanted their what you call, they felt that they were being cheated, correct? They were not given their share of bonus. Hence, this unrest increased. Some workers went to Dr. Datta Samant. They asked him to accept their leadership. Workers of 65 mills came together and Dr. Datta Samant led the strike. On 18th of January 1982, 2.5 lakh workers went on strike. 2.5 lakh children, just imagine such a big number. All of them together went on strike. Girgaon mill stopped running, making it seem like Mumbai's heart stopped beating. See, children, on this particular issue, there are many movies which are made. Now, this particular issue which happened was not a very small thing or something. It resulted into a big turnout. It became a huge issue, and many things happened after that. As 20 lakhs of people were working for these mills and they were not given their particular share, they were totally, there was a distress which came up. Now, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Barrister A.R. Antulya, set up a committee to solve this issue. Later, Babasaheb Bhosle became the Chief Minister of Maharashtra state. He insisted that, as per law, he would talk only with the Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh. Dr. Samant demanded that the law to be revoked. Now see, as I told you, it was not a small thing. It turned into a big revolution type of thing, and now many people were involved. In the beginning, the striking workers received help from their native villages. Now just imagine the people, those who are working somewhere, and suddenly they stop working. Whatever they are getting, whatever money they were getting, that is also stopped. No salary, nothing. So they were being helped by their natives, that means people living in the villages, their families, etc. Then they were finding it very difficult. It was also not very difficult for them to help each other. They were trying to help each other during the initial period. They were, everything was okay, good. They were getting help from the villages, they were getting help from each other, etc. Then they set up departmental committees and distributed food grains assistance in the form of funds, etc. Now see, they themselves, the workers, came up with the committees and they started distributing whatever needs people were having, food grains, etc. Okay, the left parties had supported the strike. As the strike dragged on, efforts were made to split the striking workers' ranks. Even as the strikes completed 6 months, the central government completely ignored it. The workers started a jail bharo agitation. In September 1982, 1.5 lakh workers took a march on the Legislative Assembly of Maharashtra state. It did not help at all. The strike completed a year. This was the first strike it to have gone for a year. In this period, about 1.5 workers became unemployed. Just imagine, children, the condition of these workers. Everybody was giving a deaf ear to them. The government also was not uh, just becoming blind towards their problem. The government did not give them any support. Central government, they went to legislative assembly, but there was no use. They were just disappointed everywhere. And 1.5 lakh workers became unemployed by this time, because this was the only agitation which was almost completing 1 year. 1 year was completed. Okay. Now the mills moved from Mumbai. The polyester had come into greater demand than cotton cloth. The sale of mill cloth had already got affected. Now see, now polyester came during that time. Previously only cotton was used. Polyester was a material which was cheaper than cotton, okay, and long lasting also. So it replaced almost, it was replacing the cotton cloth. So there was no demand for this cotton cloth now, and the sale was affected. The mills moved from Mumbai to Surat in Gujarat. The central government nationalized 13 textile mills. Appointment of arbitrators did not help to resolve the issue. Now, as there was no demand, the mills were shifted to Gujarat in Surat. Now, so what happened is 13 textile mills were nationalized under the central government. The appointment of arbitrators did not help any to resolve the issue. That means these arbitrators means the people, those who are chosen or to selected to solve differences between the two parties, now mill workers and the government. But then there was no no relief. It all went into vain. Now children, this particular issue resulted into so many problems. Okay, now if you go turn the pages to history, you will come to know that how badly these people or the mill workers had to suffer. Okay, and then this lead to the crimes which increased in Mumbai, and Mumbai's totally face was changed. Even after doing so much, they did not, the mill workers did not get any thing in hand. So this was very scene which will disturb many lakhs of people. Their families were destroyed. Youngsters went on a wrong track. So many things happened. So children, for today we'll stop here. In the next video we'll be talking about the new economic policy and the World Trade Organization. Okay, for now, thank you. Have a nice day.